Hey everyone! After the previous video, I got so many messages from you saying you're more into the doll eye shape. So let's talk about how to make your eyes look bigger. But first, I have two different eyes, just like all of us do. It's completely normal, and I'll show you how to balance them out too. And I totally agree with that comment. Let me prove that you can change your eye shape just with makeup, if you want to. While I'm adding lipstick, let's clear something up. I'm a professional makeup artist with over 10 years of experience, and I work with clients, and I like to explain techniques in a simple, everyday language, no complicated terms. Let's analyze. One of my eyes is slightly bigger than the other, and I don't use filters. I film right in front of the window and with no special effects or studio lights. To open up the eyes more, I start with the eyebrows. I make them a bit fluffier and shape them slightly wider. I also curve the lower brow line a little closer to the nose, just a bit. And this creates the illusion of more space between the lash line and the brow arch, which helps open up the eyes. Even if you have hooded lids like I do, don't worry, we'll deal with that extra skin in the next step using only eyeshadows. Next, apply brow gel against the natural direction of hair growth first. That way, every hair gets coated, and then brush them upward to make them look fluffier and fuller. Pick up a light matte concealer to clean up the low ledge of the eyebrow. We are basically cutting out new shape for future blending and creating a new brow bone structure. Well, like an illusion of it, of course. Next step, eye primer. The most important thing is to warm it up with your finger. That makes it easier to apply and helps you feel how much product you are using. Don't use too much because if you overdo it, you'll get creasing here. I use a light shade to even out the surface and remove any natural shadows. To create something new, we first need to erase the old ones. That's our clean, even canvas for painting. You can also use concealer for this step. Let me show you how. And I use the same matte concealer for the inner corners too. Pay extra attention to the side of the nose here. This area is key for making the eyes look bigger. Add light, add space. And I usually use my fingertip to blend and spread creamy products around the eyes. It helps keep the texture natural and soft without emphasizing the skin too much. Next, dry out the surface of the lid with a powder. I use a pressed powder, but it doesn't really matter. You could even use a powder puff instead of a brush. Next, grab a matte light eyeshadow, a shade lighter than your skin tone. We don't need any shine right now, only matte shadows can really change the eye shape. No shiny reflection yet. And now it's time to analyze your eye shape. Add light whether you need more space. I'll add it along the lash line and on the lids to open up them. I use it on the lash line because in my case, one eye is slightly more closed, so let's add a few layers of light and space here. Next, choose the right size blending brush for your eye shape. Look at these two. The first one is huge. It will blend the eyeshadow almost to the eyebrows. So the small one is perfect for me. It only covers half of my hooded lids, which is exactly what we need. Now take a mid-tone brown color. Dab it on the back of your hand first to prevent smudging. Squeeze your eyes. See that shadow? Apply it right here. We are creating the illusion of bigger eyes. You'll see how the proportions of your face change. At first it might look strange, I know, but trust the process, we'll blend it later. Relax your eyebrow muscles and look straight ahead. Place your pinky on the cheekbone for stability. Press the brush onto the eye apple and move side to side. Don't worry about uneven blending, creases, extra skin, or any other life problems. Think of it as a little meditation. Hold the brush perpendicular to the lid or at a 45-degree angle. Find the highest point of the eye around the pupil. Add more eyeshadow to the brush and apply it the same way. This time, stop halfway across the lid and blend outward toward the temple. Find the low blending line. It will sit below your lash line and extend straight toward the temples. You'll notice a little dip along the hairline, like a curve. Go right to the middle of that dip, and this will be your guide for blending and naturally lifting the eye. Now let's define the lash line. Snatch it. I grab a very thin sharp brush and dark brown matte shadows. To prevent fallout, I dab the brush on the back of my hand first. Draw a soft line from the outer corner of the eye toward the middle. If your eyes are normally set, not too close together, you can add eyeshadow or a waterproof eye pencil to the inner corners. I don't apply it along the entire lash line because that would take away the open space we just created, right? Look at the difference now. We've just created that extra space here. Now let's move on to the tight lining. I've been doing this since high school to add more depth to the lash line because my natural lashes are very pale. I don't like the look of white lash roots on me. And if your eyes are very sensitive, you can skip this step, just focus on applying mascara properly at the end. For me, I swipe a few times from the inner corners towards the outer corners, and while the pencil is still slightly wet, I use a sharp angled brush to gently straighten and shape the line, mimicking my natural lashes. We are not doing eyeliner or wings here, just a soft line to create a new eye cut. Apply mascara. Make sure to coat every lash from root to tip, wiggling the wand slightly at the base to lift and separate them. Don't forget the low lashes. A light coat here will complete the look and without closing the eyes. And now the final swipes of the light brown matte eyeshadow. Pick up a little on the brush and add some to the inner corner. Why? Because round eyes naturally have shadows and light. We did everything else, but we forgot about the semi-shade that gives a more natural dimension look. Add a bit to the sides of the nose. So this is the magic of the makeup. My favorite step. I like to do a cut crease, if I can call it like that, on days when my eyes are completely puffy, when I feel like there is no open space left. Why not just draw it in, right? Highlight the most important areas for us. Start with the inner corners. The shimmer instantly opens up the eyes. And then add a bit under the pupil, right under the lower lash line, and just in the middle. And also to the center of the eye, close to the lash line. I also love to highlight the tip of the nose, the bridge, and even the wings of the nose. It's so cute. And one more time, let's clarify how to clean up. I have very thin skin here, and if you press too hard with a brush, the skin tends to bunch up like a little fence. To avoid that, you can hold the skin near the temple and drag the brush into the opposite direction. Look at the difference. One eye looks huge, elegant, and natural, not overdone at all, and also without false lashes. And now compared with the other eye, my other eye is natural, bigger, so we've done the impossible. We made the smaller eye look like a bigger one. And let's move on to the other eye. I'm going to use the other technique, and why not? We don't have to use the exact same technique on both eyes because everyone's eyes are different shapes, right? And let's summarize some steps. So first of all, eyebrows. Makeup of eyebrows is very important. Eyebrows are the frame of the face and they completely change the way your eyes look. By shaping them, making them a bit fuller, and defining the arch, you can create the illusion of more open and lifted eyes. And remember, fluffy, well-groomed brows give the eye space to breathe and make the whole look polished and elegant. The next is applying eye primer. The step is essential for creating a smooth, even canvas on your lids, so your eye primer evens out the texture of the skin, hides natural shadows, and helps your eyeshadow last longer without creasing. Next one, powder all over the lid. After applying primer or concealer, it's important to set the lid with powder. This step helps to dry out any remaining thickness and prevents creasing. Apply very light matte eyeshadow to the lid and inner corners. This step is all about creating light and space. Add matte light brown to the crease. Pick a matte light brown eyeshadow and brush. Squeeze your eyes and add the shadow to your lower lid. Hold the brush perpendicular to the lid, and this gives you more control and precision. Apply the shadow slightly higher than your natural crease, and this is especially important if you have hooded lids like I do. because it helps to visually lift the eye and create the illusion of more lid space. Next, take a white or very light matte eyeshadow and a thin, precise brush. Use it to clean up the edges of your eye crease and define a new shape, essentially creating a fake crease. Yes, this step instantly opens up the eyes and gives them more dimension, especially if your lids are hooded or puffy. It's like creating a little optical illusion. And a small eyeliner, just a bit thicker than we did it before, because we are still balancing out our eyes, remember. This step helps even out the proportion if one eye appears smaller or less lifted. And the key is to keep the line soft and close to the lashes. Apply highlighter to the inner corners and the center of the lids. You can also use this step to adjust balance if your one eye looks slightly smaller and touch more light to the center of the inner corners or center of the lids. And mascara is like the finishing touch. It's enough to define them without weighting them down. Be gentle here. Too much product can close off the eye, but the right amount opens it up. And finally, I want to add a bit more color to the cheeks. So apply the blush not just on the cheeks, but also to 5 main spots on the face. The apples of the cheeks is the main, of course. The bridge of the nose adds harmony with the eyes and highlights the center of the face. And the forehead near the temples to tie the whole look together and give a soft glow all over the face. Add highlighter to the apples of the cheeks. I love adding a touch of highlighter right on the apple of the cheeks. It gives an instant, fresh, radiant glow without emphasizing pores. By the way, I love pairing this eye makeup with a bright lipstick. It doesn't have to be red, actually, and I usually go for deeper, rich shades that really stand out without overpowering the eyes. So, fun fact, I actually go 2 of that shade, and I love the cool undertones, especially the berry shades. Honestly, I want every single color now, and I absolutely love how buttery, smooth, and long-lasting the formula is. And that's it for today's tutorial. I hope you enjoy watching and learned a few new tricks to make your eyes look bigger and balanced, no matter your natural shape. And remember, makeup is all about having fun, experimenting, and highlighting your unique features. There is no perfect formula, just what works for you. And turn on notifications if you want more step-by-step tutorials, product reviews, and beauty tips. Thank you so much for spending time with me today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!